hear me? There's 2 or 3 things that happened just now. The first is somebody came and picked me up and they took me to the disability office. And they made me sit in a wheelchair and I wheeled myself down here with some assistance. And one of the most amazing things I found is how difficult it was. First, my arms are quite sore. Second, I found that you couldn't navigate around Senate block, and clearly something needs to be done. We sometimes don't think, and the only time I really truly realized how difficult it is to walk and navigate yourself around Senate block is when I tried to do it myself on a wheelchair. And so one of the things that we will try to do, we are told that it has happened before, but what I will try and do is see if we can find some resources in the office to see if we can at least start with Senate block and fix it up again. So I have to nominate, and my nomination is the current SRC President and the forthcoming SRC President.
Can you take us through that process that you just explained now for people listening right now to Voice of Wits? How did you get here? Because I was of the opinion that, you know what, Professor Habib works with African time, man. We're expecting him here at 4 p.m. He gets here at 1:15. What's wrong with him?
Well, I was on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I realized how difficult it is to actually navigate Wits University on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's clearly something we need to address.
Yeah.
We have done some things, but we haven't done enough. There's only one exit out of Senate block. We clearly need to fix that.
Yeah.
You need enormous energy to do these things.
True.
And clearly, as Vice Chancellor and as the executive management, we got to look at that seriously in the coming days.
Now, that ice, man. I saw you spitting out some French after I got onto you, man.
It was cold. It was really cold.
Would you do it again if given another chance?
Well, in a particular moment, I think we do this to ensure that people understand the difficulties that other people live with.
Yeah.
If I have to do it, I'll do it again.
Now that you understand some of the challenges that are faced by some of the disabled students here at Wits University, I mean, we take it for granted, like you said. You know, I'd see somebody in a wheelchair and I think that, you know what, they're used to it by now. Surely they can get around Wits University. What are you guys planning on doing in making it easier for them to get to lecture halls, let alone just Senate House? You know?
Well, we got to do a couple of things. I mean, firstly, I wish I could do everything immediately. I can't. I don't have the resources. But I was quite struck by Senate block and how difficult it is.
Yeah.
And so many people need to get there. And so we will try at this VCO meeting on Monday morning. I'll put it on the agenda.
True.
And I will try and find some resources in my office to see if we can deploy this to hurry that process along.
Nice one, man. Now, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, the way it works is after you got challenged, you did it. We saw you. A lot of Wits saw you. Who are you going to nominate to do it next?
Well, I've nominated both the current SRC president and the next SRC president, the incoming one. I think both of them should do it because it's important for the Vice Chancellor, the bureaucrat to understand this, but it's also important for the senior leader of the student movement to understand this as well.
Are you hoping that this will cool their heads off and...
Well, I'd like to be there and see this as well.
Alrighty, man. Thank you very much for your time, Prof. Yeah?
Thank you for having me.
That is Professor Habib, the Vice Chancellor as well as Principal here at Wits University after taking his Ice Bucket Challenge. I must say, man.
But I think the one thing as I go into retirement in student politics,
man.
it's just if there's one student life who I've changed and given them a chance, then I'm content.
You spoke about retirement. Last words from you, the outgoing president, to Wits University students, to the incoming SRC, more importantly, from you.
Keep students first.
That's all. Simple as that. Thank you very much, Machi. Yeah? That is the outgoing SRC president, Shive Master, like you heard him. That's his Twitter handle. He hasn't been called that in a very, very long time.